So I'm going to document this place that I'm at right now with the fact that I've been eating clean and consistently exercising, mainly lifting, since December 28th or March. What? I don't know. We're in the middle of March now. And I went from 220 down to 205, 206. I keep fluctuating around there, and I can't seem to break under 205. I'll get there maybe a day. I think that's probably water weight or actual food inside my body that passes through, and I'll see a 4, and think great. I'm finally broke this plateau, and the next day I'll be up 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds. So I'm trying not to overanalyze too much, but when you're putting forth a consistent effort and not see any kind of change in the past 2 to 3 weeks, I know that's a struggle to stick with it. But my goal is to continue until my birthday, which would be May 28th, and just to see how far I can get with this whole eating clean and exercising consistently, no matter how I feel, how tired I am. I got to just push myself and see where I can go with it. So but here's the thing, I don't see many people on YouTube doing the middle of the road journey, whatever you want to call it. There are people that'll do an extreme diet, and they'll document it throughout the weeks and the days and all this other stuff. But I'm talking about someone who was active beforehand, because I have been for about 2 years. I went on a juice fast, lost about 55 plus pounds about 2 years ago, and I drank nothing but juice from a juicer, no pulp, no nothing, and lost the weight. Went all the way down to 195. But here I am 2 years later, and I'm trying to just push my body just that much further. My goal is actually 180, and then fluctuate back up to 185, and just try to maintain as much as possible. And everyone's telling me that if I get down that low, I'm going to look skinny and healthy, and that's possibly true. But my BMI and doctors told me that I should be about 180, 185 for the correct weight for myself. But I'm also lifting, so I have to keep that in mind, that maybe gaining 5 to 6 pounds a year of trying to add on muscle, because I'm obviously doing it natural. So trying to keep that in mind also. But just cannot break 205. Can't push through it. But I believe that I believe I got my macros where they need to be. Primarily a low carb. I hadn't taken all carbs out, and because it's funny, there'll be a group of people that will say completely strip carbs and just go high fat, high protein, and you'll lose the weight. Well, that's basically the Atkins diet. I don't care what you call it, paleo diet, whatever you want to call it. That's low carb diet. When I do that strictly, I actually gain weight. I don't know if that's just because you don't have the fiber pushing through or what, but I actually gain mass, and I feel extremely heavy, just internally. And then if I eat too much carbs and try to eat regular portions of my macros, then I just sit there and maintain. So my thing is a little bit of carbs, probably about just under 100 grams a day, shooting for 50 grams a day, and then 200 on protein and about 100 on fats. So I've documented every day what I've eaten. I'm gonna try to put that online so I can look back. This is basically for me to look back and see where I was, see how I've come along, and you know, just to look back on it, because what I'm doing isn't necessarily what everyone can just up and do. You know, right now it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm going to the gym. I've been doing that for the past year, fairly consistent. Obviously since December 28th, I've been doing it extremely consistent. 3 on, 1 off, 3 on, 1 off is what I've been doing, because I tried to do 5 back to back, killed me. I did it about 3 weeks, and it just, by the time on 5th day of working out, I have 0 energy. I'm not doing anything but just forcing myself to be in the room, in the gym, and not gaining any kind of strength. I'm actually depleted completely. So put in a day in between every 3 days and choosing my body parts, you know, accordingly. Seem to be doing much better. I'm trying to get in a run every other day on my 3 days on, but that's hard to do because, again, that depletes me of energy. But you know, I'm gonna try to stick with it. It gets my family involved. They like to go walk with me on the golf course where we live at, and so you know, just kind of try to stick with that. But the fact of the matter is, can't drop the weight. I've tried. I'm not giving up. I'm gonna stay consistent with it, and I'm not gonna be upset and disappointed if I can't lose it by the 28th. If I can't get it on the 180, 185. You know, it is what it is. I believe everybody's bodies are different. These people that say, you know, you do this and do that and you'll get lean and cut. Well, I always like to see what they look like before they claim this. You know, what age are you that you lost a lot of weight? Are you young? Because I believe if you're young, your body wants to get rid of the weight. I really believe that. I believe your body is just churning like an engine, and it wants to drop that weight, and it wants to get fit. And if you're older, were you athletic beforehand? I never was. I've never been athletic. I've never played any sports. This is the most fit I've ever been in my life, as far as strength and endurance. And so I'm playing catch up from that end, trying to build a physique that I'm happy with, personal goals of mine. But you know, in all honesty, the goal is to get healthy. So that's ultimately what I'm doing here at the gym. So yeah, just staying encouraged and doing my thing, and I'll see what it looks like. And I'm basically venting, getting it off my mind as I drive to the gym. So I figured, you know what, this should be a cool little thing for me to look back and see, okay, here I was in the middle of March, made some progress with losing the weight from, you know, 220 down to 206, 205, but then I started hitting that plateau, that struggle, and part of me feels like I think out of nowhere it's just gonna drop, because something's got to give. I don't think you can continuously do this to the body and it not give up the weight. So if you're struggling, if you're choosing what's best for you, try the consistent route. You know, try the route that you might probably never tried before. That's what I'm doing. You know, what I mean by consistent is no matter what, I'm going in, I'm doing it, forcing myself to get going. So, but yeah, I'll post another one later.